Hello everyone, welcome back to more Magic the Gathering. We're going to do a quick draft Throne of Eldraine here. See if I can get a non-horrible result for a change. You know, fingers crossed, but not holding my breath, haha. Okay, this guy has fucked me like every time I've played against him, so I'm sort of tempted to give this a try. As a first pick, it must be a pretty good card, right? Any other options? Frogify is fine. But this card is like nuts, right? It's evasive, and it's kind of removal in a way. Is it a bomb? Hard to say, but like I imagine it's quite high on the draft guide pick orders, right? If we look up opportunistic dragon, am I? Okay, I don't know, I updated Chrome or something, and now this is completely unusable. The view source thing that I have to use to search for stuff is like displaying the entire page as one very long line instead of letting me scroll, instead of like word wrapping. Can I like, is there an option? I don't see one. All right, I guess we're on our own for that one, or I could like actually page through. Okay, it is actually listed as a bomb rare. So there you go. That it is ranked very highly, so we shall take it. Okay, here's, you know, that Frogify, which is some kind of soft removal in a way. Foulmire Knight. I mean, it's kind of an aggressive card in a way. It's not that amazing. Spectre's Shriek. Target opponent reveals their hand. You can choose an online card. They exile it. But if it wasn't black, you also exile a card. Okay, that's kind of bad. It's like a black on black hate card. Not that exciting. Didn't say please is a fine counter if you want to go blue. So Tiny is like another soft removal that happens to be flash, so you can play it as a combat trick as well. Memory Theft, I think, is a fine, you know, it's an okay black card. Redcap Raiders. It's a goblin that benefits from you having non-human creatures, so it would be kind of a red-green card ideally. Or there's Rimrock Knight, which is just like a 2-mana okay aggressive card that's also a combat trick. So I think it's between like Rimrock Knight and picking something non-red. You know, I mean, there's only 2 red cards, so I'm basically saying of the red cards, I like this one better. I didn't see any like non-red cards I was really excited about. Frogify is probably fine, probably decent, right? Like if I not having search really sucks. But I imagine it's rated like a C plus or a B minus would be my guess. Let's see how quickly I can find it. This is why search is so much better. Looks like I might even miss it if I don't. Okay, it's rated worse than So Tiny. Interesting. I think. I mean, I've paged through things and I've seen So Tiny, and I haven't seen this stupid Frogify. I thought it would be a pretty decent card. It's like, you know, something fairly removal-ish, and it's cheap. Okay. I paged through all the cards and I didn't see it, which means I missed it. Come on, Frogify. Where's my dang Frogify? Maybe it is rated better than So Tiny. What does it look like again? It looks like this. Oh, okay. I completely forgot what it looks like. That might be why I missed it. I was like, I'll recognize a frog. Hello? This is why I discovered like opening a view source lets you actually search for card names. It's not one of the best uncommons. I don't know, guys. I just like I can. So tiny is there, and like Frogify. I can't even tell if it's above or below. So I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm kind of on my own here. It looks like, which is annoying. This is like the widest web page you've ever seen. I could actually, could I show you guys? Not easily. It's just like tens of thousands of characters wide if you're just looking at the HTML source of the page, not word wrapped. I wish Chrome had not made that change. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not that excited about taking Frogify is my conclusion. Was red black? It's kind of knights. I don't know. This, okay, so this is a knight, I guess. So it's kind of like a red white or red black card, ideally, but it's still fine in any red deck, I think. I'm just gonna take, I don't know. I'm gonna take this because we might very well want, like, have some creatures we don't want to attack with. And then this would be a 3 mana 4/3 with trample, which is pretty cool. And so far we have like non-human cards, which is not an amazing, like, it's not like we have a ton of any of them, but we have some. Okay, it's sort of a blue-black thing. It's got mill and scry, and it's a wizard, tiny little creature. Here's red-white. We don't have any other knights, but it is a pretty good card if you get any knights. You know, it doesn't fit with the like 2 non-human themed cards we have so far, but that's not to say we shouldn't pick it. We could easily just have a knights deck that has a few non-knights in it. This at least is a good card that would obviously fit in a knights deck, and this, meh. Yeah, obviously, or sorry, honestly, I don't really like any of this. This is like, okay, it fits in the non-humans deck, but it's not that good, I don't think. I think I would rather take this in case we end up going for red-white. It's a good card for sure. Black-white, no thank you. Boy, there's very little red coming my way. The guy on my right must be drafting a lot of red, it feels like. So we might have a tough time picking more red stuff. Or someone on my right, anyway. We could just be getting unlucky. Maybe there's very few red cards here, but there's not much in red or white that I would want. We could try, like, green if we were going to go red-green or something. There's this adamant green non-human knight thing. Or we could take this, which creates some non-human creatures. But it's like 6 mana for 3 1/1s is like not that amazing. Obviously you get the food, but we don't care that much about food. How about just some removal? It's not great, but it could kill something we're scared of. I had someone Scalding Cauldron me a while ago, and I was sad about it. I mean, I don't know. What else could we even take? We could take Unexplained Vision and, I don't know, try to go red-blue. It kind of sucks. Fortifying Provisions sucks. Bargain, like, I think can be okay if you, like, have the deck for it. It's a good finisher for red-green, basically. I'll just take some removal. Maybe I'll sideboard it, I don't know. Fairy Guide Mother. Now that is a flying creature that's pretty cool. It's good for pushing damage. It's a nice aggro card because you can play it on 1 and use it to get in some more damage. And then it flies and chips in more damage afterward. 7 dwarves. Yeah, you can draft a ton of dwarves. It's like not very easy to do. It's pretty good when you get like 3 of them on board, but when does that ever happen, right? Getting even 3 in your deck is not always that easy. I think you like okay. If I really wanted to commit 7 dwarves, I could probably get like 3 of them in my deck, but that's not enough to draw them reliably. I think I'll just take Fairy Guide Mother as a good card in a color we already have. That also like happens to be aggro. Not taking a Shine Chaser. Red is too important to me to pick 2 non-red colors. Here's the Squire. It's got a combat trick on it. And it's also a 2-mana 2/1. Or we could take an Ogre Knight, which is a knight, by the way. This guy's not, is he? No, he's a soldier. Okay. He's a knight and a non-human. That seems kind of cool. I mean, 4 mana is a bit heavy. Would be the main reason to take the Squire instead. I think I'll take the knight, though. I have like a couple of synergies with him. I have these 2 guys, right? This puppet seems bad. Outflank. Okay, I mean, it's some white removal. Or just a white flyer. Or this thing that wants you to run a lot of mountains. I found these to be pretty underwhelming in draft. They often end up being just bad mountains instead of better mountains. Like, in general, these are like for monocolor decks. In a 2-color deck, often they're like worse than a land, it seems to me. So I usually I think should not be drafting these. So I think the 2 white cards are totally fine though. Our curve right now, we have 2 things that can play on 1. A 2, a 3, and 2 4s. So do we want like a combat trick for 1? Well, it's removal, not a combat trick. Although it only applies during combat. Or do we just want like another large flyer? I think I'll take another large flyer. It's a bit heavy, but I'm not going to be playing a bunch of knights and equipment. I have a few knights. I do have red-white. I mean, it could be a thing, I guess. Here's a white knight card. Crystal Slipper is some equipment. So this might not be the end of the world for me. Like, how many knights do I really have? I have like 3, right? 1, 2? The number that I have is 2. So I might like to get some more later, but there's no guarantee that I will. So most of the time this will just be a colorless land. It will not be an any color land. So I probably should not take it. Therefore, I will take the Paladin. Thrill of Possibility. I'm not that excited about it. Probably going to sideboard it. Don't want any of this? Yeah, well, we'll see. Knight of the Keep is a 3-drop creature I can actually use. Shining Armor is great when it attaches to a knight, but right now I only have 3 knights. I already have 1 card that likes more knights, so like I should probably pick a knight rather than this thing that needs me to get knights in the future. It's a 3-drop, which is nice. Probably none of this. Weapon Rack is pretty slow, but actually, I don't know. It's done some cool things against me in the past. You can only do it when you could cast a sorcery, so it's not a combat trick. You can't like put a counter on something in response to it being blocked, which would be pretty great. I don't know if I'll want it or not. We'll see. We'll put it over there. This is an aggressive card, for sure. You know what? Let's take it. So here's this big old black thing. We're not going to be able to take it. Sure. There's a lot of black stuff at the top of this deck, huh? Revenge of Ravens is an exciting card. Discourage the opponents from attacking you. It's not a win condition itself, but it can really hurt some aggro decks. If I were playing actually in a real draft, I might consider just taking this card so nobody else can get it, because it would be sad for me to face a player who has this in their deck, but that would probably be wrong anyway. I would think about it, but I don't think it's actually a good idea. So we're probably looking at this Squire here, but this red cap is a 1-mana knight. That's probably better, actually. Yeah. I like aggro cards, I like knights, I like non-humans a little bit. Actually, do I care at all about non-humans? I have this guy, yeah. Clockwork Servant, you can maybe draw a card. That would be lovely, I'm sure. Flutterfox, I mean, it's a 2-mana 2/2. It's not the end of the world if I'd have to draft this. But it doesn't really fit with any of my themes, so I would like to find something that does. Here, you know, I can get a knight creature, but it's like another 5-drop, but I'm not excited to be playing right now. Searing Barrage. Expensive removal. Here's some, like, removal / reach damage, a finisher of sorts. We don't have a lot of creatures that I'm going to be excited to fling at anybody, though. So, I don't know. You know, if you had like the Rimrock Knight or whatever, the 2-mana 3/1, that's like 3 power for a 2-mana card is, you know, reasonable value for fling. The Weasel Cap back red cap could combo with this. If I had like just an absolute ton of red mana, I could like make this guy, I don't know, if I had say 8 mana, including at least 4 red, I could make this guy 7/1 and then fling him at the face, for example. That could be kind of fun. But it's like not super likely that I would actually get to do that. I mean, I could take another Griffin, but I think I should really be looking at some removal. And I think that Searing Barrage is the thing. And it happens to also do some face damage as well, if you can cast it with enough red mana. Righteousness. That is a big combat trick. Yeah, that's why it's in the uncommon slot. I think I should take that. I will not be blocking all the time, but I will block some of the time, and this is insane when you're blocking. Worst card in the entire set, as I recall. Fairy Guidemother, again, would be fine. Ogre Errant is another knight. A Fling would probably be fine. So maybe look at my curve. I have 3 somewhat proactive 1-drops. A proactive 2-drop and this kind of like sort of proactive thing. 2 3s. 3 4s. It's mostly creatures, isn't it? I have like, yeah, So we could take Fling as another removal / reach. But I think just another aggro 1-drop is more exciting. Aggro evasive, I don't know. You're supposed to draft removal before evasion or aggression, but I'm bad. I don't know. Fling seems like questionable removal. I think we take another Knight of the Keep here. Just have a 3-drop. Seems fine. And it's a knight, by the way. Blow Your House Down. Well, that is an aggressive card for sure. It is a way to get in the finishing blow. But I think it's a pretty bad card. I don't know, it would be good in like an actual red-white Knights deck, which we don't really have. That would be a more like small aggressive thing where you're chipping in damage early, and then at the end you just need to get in a little more to kill him. But honestly, I think it's probably better than a 2-mana 2/2. I don't know. I need more 2-mana cards, right? Yeah. And if I happen to get more 7 Dwarves, that'll be great. If not, this is just kind of a bad 2-mana card, but better than not having one. Speaking of, this is actually maybe also likely to be okay with... I have 2 artifacts in my entire deck. Maybe I'll take another Crystal Slipper. More aggression. Yeah, why not? I'm pretty sure I'm drafting a bad deck, by the way. 3 mana, create 2 tokens. Do I care about tokens? Not really, right? They're not knights. But it's kind of like, you know, a 3-drop that's not horrible. It's probably bad, though. Silver Flame Ritual. Now this is pretty exciting, I think. Oh, another 7 dwarves. Look at that. Silver Flame Ritual, if you're going wide and you have like evasive creatures, is pretty cool. I have like a couple of flying 1-drops and some like flying heavier cards and a number of sort of cheap things. I think this could be a good like way to extend my advantage if I get ahead in the early game. It's very much like a go wide card, and I am a little bit that. Okay. These are all bad. I don't know. Give me this. I'm really not going to be playing any 6-mana cards here. Outflank. I think we want another outflank. Oh, I don't have one yet. Great. Gimme. We seem to believe we're drafting a lot of small creatures, and, you know, Silver Flame Ritual, outflank, those love that kind of thing. Another Knight of the Keep? Or another Ritual. I think I want more, like, just kind of okay 3-drops. I get another chance to take Blow Your House Down. I think I still don't want it. What is this? It's an artifact for 2. Huh. So this is a way... Really, they banned it. Oh, it's only not legal in Brawl? Who cares? I don't even know what Brawl is. It is a way to, if your opponent has like, you know, some creature they've been using a lot of, or that they can bring back from the graveyard or something, you could say this isn't allowed. Like, say they have those 4-mana hybrid cards that are like, pay 2 to gain lifelink, or 3 to gain indestructible. You could be like, that's not allowed anymore. But it seems like not that great most of the time. Like, okay, let's look at my deck. Would it be any good against my deck? No activated abilities. There's one, but no one cares that much about this. You wouldn't want to spend 2 mana to say you're not allowed to do this. You wouldn't want to spend 2 mana to say you're not allowed to do this, probably. Is Equip? Equip is probably an activated ability? That's an interesting question. Maybe Equip activated ability. Equip is an activated ability. Okay, so they could turn off my crystal slippers. Interesting. None of this stuff, none of this stuff. So all it would do is like turn off slippers, turn off my equipment. Doesn't seem that great. And I think that other decks will be similar. Oh, Trail of Crumbs. What a great green card. Oh well. It turns food into draw. In addition to being food. More Knights of the Keep doesn't seem that great. Another 7 Dwarves is probably better. Give me more like 2-drops. Yeah. I drafted too many cards. I'm going to have to cut some stuff. I'll see what I can do. Shining Armor. I've wound up with quite a lot of Knights, so I could consider taking that. But it's not really that great even, is it? I don't think. 0-2 and Vigilance is alright. You would put it on something that's like a large creature that you need to block with, but that your opponent doesn't also want you to attack with, like because they can't kill it with their blockers. And so it would almost be best on like a flyer or a very large single knight. And I don't like, okay, you can put it on the dragon. Wow, amazing. That would be kind of okay, but it's a 4/3. Like you don't really want to block with it that much anyway, so how much does Vigilance matter? Not much, I would argue. So Ardenvale Paladin would be, I guess, the main target. You know, he would be like, optimistically, let's say a 3/8 if I put that on him. A Vigilant 3/8 is better than a non-Vigilant 3/8 for sure. But I might just want, like... Here's a funny thing. Opportunistic Dragon can actually activate the Flutterfox because it can steal humans or artifacts. So you would have control of that artifact, and therefore your Silver Fox could, or Flutterfox could fly. But I think I should just take like a Knight instead if I want a 2-drop. Is there anything else I might want? Not really. Okay. There's the red-blue activator. Rally for the Throne. Oh, we looked at this before and didn't like it at all. It's a white thing that makes tokens. And we've added a little stuff to the deck that cares about tokens, right? Namely, we have an outflank and over here a Silver Flame Ritual, and I think those are the only two I'm really excited about that care about tokens very much. And did we pick anything that makes a lot of tokens? We didn't, right? No. So, but this could gain a lot of life, perhaps. You know, it would be good in a mirror matchup, I suppose. But I'm thinking maybe one of these two is probably better, just as another, like, creature thing. Because I'm going to be trying to actually attack with my stuff, and so, yeah, I don't know. So this won't gain me that much life, and because my creatures will be dying while I attack with them, perhaps. How am I for colors? Even, okay. So Ardenvale Paladin might well be playable as Adamant. That would be very nice if possible. But would I rather just have another 5-drop? I don't know. Yeah, probably. It's a flyer. True Love's Kiss. I probably ought to take that, I think. There's these 2 knights, but I kind of like have plenty of knights. I'd like more, and I don't have that much knight synergy, really. Where True Love's Kiss can really turn the tides sometimes. I don't know. I lack the capacity to think about it much harder than this, honestly. I just think like I'm gonna have to cut some stuff anyway, and these are cards I might conceivably cut if I take them. Would I cut this? I don't know. Sort of. It spending 4 mana to like remove an artifact or enchantment. I don't know. But in particular, like you could remove, say, an enchantment that's stopping one of your creatures from attacking or something, and you like draw a card. Okay, whatever. I'll take it. Mad Ratter. Sadly, I have no way to draw 2 cards in a turn. Here's a red cap. It's like removal that wants you to attack red. Or it's like a 2 mana 2/1 with first strike. That seems fine. I mean, this is obviously insane against red decks. But my curve is not so low that I can start sacrificing lands most of the time. I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe it's like, this removes something so I can punch in with a bunch more damage, right? But I think a Youthful Knight, like a Knight with first strike that's also 2-drop seems great. Red-black, no thank you. Outflank again, or Silver Flame Ritual again, both seem good. Better than this 3 mana thing. I think another Outflank. Just more removal. More Guide Mothers, sure. We've got a fair amount of like inexpensive stuff. This Silver Flame Ritual is looking pretty good to me at this point, I think. Silver Flame Squire is a 2-drop. This is a 3-drop Knight. I feel like 3 of these is already too many. Like, I've got 28 cards. I really need to think about what I'm cutting at some point. And now is as good as any because these two I'm not sure how to decide between. I could cut this guy. I think of my 1 mana cards, it's the worst. It is a Knight. But I'm hoping to curve out pretty well, and so I won't necessarily have this ability available that often. And so it could just be a 1 mana 1/1 do nothing. So let's cut this. And my Crystal Slipper is meh, I guess. All right, how much do I have that's not human? I have 17 creatures, 6 of which are human. So I have 11 non-human creatures. So this guy can probably work most of the time. But he's, in that case, like a 3 mana 4/3 trample, which is good, I guess. Man, I'm having a lot of trouble cutting anything here. I'm so bad. I probably don't want to... I don't know. What is the purpose of this card? Obviously, it's to get in more face damage, right? That's what haste is for. If the opponent blocks your creatures with haste, that's like fine, but it's not amazing usually. So this is a card that wants to get in face damage, and it also wants you to be floating mana, because you have to pay mana to like actually equip it, right? It's only 1 mana, but it is like kind of a 1 mana drag on your curve. So what I would describe the purpose of this card as like giving a deck with lots of small creatures a way to get in more face damage. I say small because those are the situations in which you might have mana you can't spend and you'd be happy to put on a Slipper instead. You like play a creature, you play the Slipper, and you smack them in the face. Also particularly good if you are low on combat tricks, because this requires you to spend a lot of mana before combat. And like... You know what? I don't want Righteousness. When am I ever blocking? I don't know. Gosh, it's such a good card in the situations where you can use it. Maybe it's premature to cut that. The Cauldron is pretty slow removal. Yeah, get out of here. I could take out some of the dwarves, I guess, but I would be low then on 2 drops. Is this knight with first strike really all that great? I mean, it's a knight, but it's a 2/1. Which means once we get past, like, turn 3 or something, I won't be able to attack with it anymore. Opponent will have something that can kill it. But it's like, it's a creature with first strike, which means it particularly benefits from Inspiring Veteran and Silver Flame Ritual. Because its attack power is worth more than other creatures. Ogre Errant, huh? How much do I really care about Menace on any of my knights? Like, not that much, I feel like. Yeah, let's get rid of this guy. I do like having some flyers to, like, seal the deal eventually. Maybe I have too many. But Fairy Guidemother is just so great. As a way to push in more damage. Both as an instant and as a creature, of course. I think I'll get rid of the slippers. Okay, now we're down to like a reasonable number of cards. And we can evaluate which one of these I might consider cutting something for. Now, I already have tons of Knights of the Keep. It's nice to have several 3-drops, for sure. So I'm not like necessarily saying that's a reason to cut them. I might very well want another, I suppose. How am I doing for non-humans now, by the way? 16 creatures, of which 6 are still human. So I have 10 non-human creatures. So I think this guy is still worth keeping. Well, he's like obviously better than this. Yeah, that's a good point. The only downside is he's red, I guess, which I don't view as a downside, but in some situations it could be. Yeah, the Youthful Knight, I'm still like not totally sold on. It's only because he's a knight. I don't know. First strike's pretty cool, I guess. I don't want to break up the 7 dwarves. I don't know how useful this this ability is. It's more of like a surprise I have a blocker kind of card, which for sure my creatures will hopefully be tapped most of the time. But I also hopefully don't care that much about blocking. So just give me another Knight of the Keep, which like I'll sideboard because it doesn't seem that great. Okay, I ended up with several knights, right? I have 7, so this might be okay. Rally for the Throne, I'm still not impressed. This is a 1-mana card, but it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, this is more of like a control card, I think, to just like stay alive a bit. You get down to 0/2, block some of that early damage, and then you sack it to get a 1/1. Ugh. Okay, I'll take a Witch's Cottage. Fling, sure. You know, also, wasn't there's one of these that I cut that I was not very excited to cut, maybe, that I maybe want to consider putting in? Not really. Weapon Rack? Weapon Rack, I mean... Okay, question. MTG Artifact... Artifacts don't have Summoning Sickness, right? All permanents have Summoning Sickness, but only creatures are affected by it. If you play a non-creature artifact, and then make it a creature before it starts one of your turns under your control, it will still be unable to attack or tap. But okay, artifacts in general do not, you can tap them on the turn you play them. So I could play this on turn 4, give something a counter. How much do I have that really loves counters? Well, I have some flyers, I have a first strike dude. I guess it's actually pretty cool. I'm trying to wonder if True Love's Kiss is just the wrong idea. Like, it's about winning the late game, and I don't know if I want to do that. I want something more proactive on 4. And so Fling could be a way to break through, like for example with this Rimrock Knight. But I don't want to sack any creatures. Oh, to any target. What a funny combo with Righteousness. I like don't attack with something, and then I block with it. I make the thing gigantic, and then I throw it at the enemy player, at the opponent. I don't know. It's pretty far-fetched, but it sure sounds fun, doesn't it? Okay, I'll take it. Oh, another weapon rack. Interesting. Okay, so I have too many cards here, but we'll see what I can do about that. I just have to cut a couple. I really am excited to I just want that Fling Righteousness thing to work one time. Is that really so much to ask? The problem is, if the opponent is actually in range of this Fling thing, they might not be attacking so much because they're worried about my creatures. They want to keep their stuff as blockers. So I don't know. It feels like in the games where I need it, it won't work. But it's still an okay finisher for an aggressive deck. Like if we're facing someone else who's also attacking a bunch, this A could combo with Righteousness and just knock them out of the park. Or B could just be okay as a way to trade 2 creatures that they don't want to trade. So 16 I think is a pretty reasonable number of creatures in most decks. I think we do want the 17 lands. So it's I don't know. The Youthful Knight gets a lot better with 2 weapon racks. Oh, Rimrock Knight also kind of works with Fling a bit. Yeah, I guess I have several ways to fly damage in the early game. And then maybe Fling is my finisher is the idea. So I could cut the 7 dwarves, I guess, but I don't have many 2-drops in that case. They're not knights. These are just 2 mana 2/2s. Maybe if I'm very lucky, they're 3/3s. I kind of have a lot of 4s, which is weird if I'm claiming to be an aggressive deck. I don't know, get out of here, you stupid dwarves. I think it's 6 red cards, huh? Weird. I started out red, but most of the red cards I drafted, I decided I don't want. I don't know about that. Maybe I ought to get rid of some of my late game flyers or something. Well, specifically these 2 are my only late game flyers. I would never get rid of the Opportunistic Dragon. I could get rid of 2 Knights of the Keep instead. And then I have more 2-drops and less 3-drops. I'd also be redder. The downside of that is that I have fewer knights. But I have a lower curve. I have more 2-drops, which I can do things with. For example, I can outflank a little better. Fairy Guide Mother will more often be able to activate. The 7 dwarves might do something together someday. I still have 5 knights. Now there were a few things I wanted to look at, like this shining armor. I don't think is really worth putting in. True Love's Kiss, yeah. I think Weapon Rack is I'm gonna try to make it one of the things that can close out the game for me by putting counters on my Guide Mothers or something, or my Youthful Knight. I don't know. We'll play this. Is it gonna be a disaster? I say probably, but you know, what can you do? Thanks very much for your help, draft guide, that I couldn't look at all. I don't know, I can't blame the draft guide. I can a little bit. I wish they could, like... They just have, like, pictures of cards, which makes it really hard to find the ones you're looking for. And I wish it were searchable. And, like, you can open up the source, and that's searchable, but it's really hard to tell, looking at HTML source, like, where in the page, in relation to other things, a card is. Oh, my god. Well, I mean, I have a 1-drop. And 4 lands is a reasonable number to have, but they're all white. And most of my stuff is red. I think an aggro deck needs a better hand than this. Even if it's got fewer cards. Oh my god, this is worse. Oh man. Okay, but as soon as I draw a single plains, this hand is good. It's really scary. But I think 5 cards is just too few. Oh man. Do I don't know. I regret throwing away the 7-card hand. I think it was better than this one. But this one has like a lot of potential. All it needs is a single plains, whereas the other one needed like a mountain and also some creatures. So let's get rid of my 5-drop. It's going to be a long time before I can play that, probably, right? Whereas Righteousness, I don't know, I might be blocking for a while, and these knights obviously want to stick together. And the 7 dwarves is the only card I can play right now. Oh, by the way, opponent has a pay-to-win avatar, just, you know, in case that matters. Playing black. Yeah, obviously it's not pay-to-win in draft, I know. Just like, this is one of the ones I recognize as like, you had to pay to get this one. It was like a few months ago you could buy this. This is a 2/2. Well, this didn't work out. I still haven't drawn any lands. Do I attack with this? Like, probably not, right? It could be useful to Righteousness one day, or even Fling. I have the Righteousness Fling combo, by the way. There's the possibility opponent would choose not to trade because they envision putting counters on this someday. But then they would just get to attack and it would be like trading 2 damage. I don't like giving the opponent the option of trade our things or trade 2 damage. They're surely going to like one of those two, right? Oh my god, this is the worst. Yep. I mean, they're not attacking. That's nice. I wonder if I should cut a mountains and put in a plain, since I have so much more white stuff. But I have a double red card, and I don't know, I guess actually a lot of my white stuff is cheap, so I might want to play multiple of them on a turn. I probably should do that. Specifically cut this mountain and replace it with the plains would be the best outcome for me. If I could do it like mid-match, that would be great. Well, hopefully opponent doesn't have any cards. That's what I'm hoping for. Just like all of their cards are lands until the end of the game. I would stand a chance in that case. See? We're on the right track. That's pretty scary. That's horrible, in fact. Since I don't have any creature that can threaten this at all. And it's like a value engine that's going to kill me. I feel it's a bit unfair that I've not drawn a single land in like 4 draws. 5 draws? Alright, let's just get out of here. No. Alright, take that. That's a table flip right there. You just throw all your creatures at them and quit. Okay, well that was not the best possible outcome. So get rid of this. And honestly, let's just switch all my planes to like this art. There you go. Oh, I don't know. Do I want a different mountain art while I'm here? That's kind of cool, but it doesn't look obviously red. Actually, most mountains don't look that red. They look a little red, I guess. Let's take this one. It looks kind of Utah to me. Okay, there you go. The deck is now unbeatable. What happened in the previous match was the only possible bad outcome that this deck could encounter. Haha. Hey, this is a hand? I have a 2-drop, I have all the lands I need, and then hopefully I'll draw more 1s and 2s, because otherwise I can't do anything. But this deck has a fair number of 1s and 2s, as I recall. And we have some good, like, 4... Oh my god, the dwarves! They're here! It's amazing. The combo has occurred. Oh, rip. There goes the Dwarven brothers. I don't think it's fair the opponent drafted removal. It shouldn't be allowed. Let's put down the weapon rack, I think. Boo. Alright, weapon rack countered. Fine. I'm not happy about it, but in fact, like, there is no but. I'm just sad about it. But I have, like, I don't know, I have a couple creatures that can do something. Oh, just mill me. I don't care. You have a 1-mana 0/4, huh? Huh. Well, I guess I might as well play this as an adventure first. Just to get in a bit more damage. Oh, maybe I should have played them both as adventures this turn. That way I spend my mana a little bit better, and next turn I can play them both as creatures. That might have been better. My plan was to, like, play one of them in both ways and have, like, a flyer on the board. I don't know if that was right or wrong. There's also the fling combo, right? Huh? Make this a 4-2 and then hit him with it and then throw it at him? I don't own any knights at the moment. But I'm happy to play this as an adventure again. Oh, they gave up. Cool. I was not sure if I had enough like of this follow-up stuff to finish them off. They just got really mad about me flying over them over and over. Okay. I was thinking about, should I fling this at him and get him down to 6 and then try to finish him off with flyers? I don't know. Well, we won a game. See, I told you. The deck is now unbeatable. I told you also, Fairy Guidemother, pretty bonkers sometimes. I think it fits pretty well in red-white. It's not much of a blue-white card, for example. This is fine. I don't have any red, and I would like to be able to play this guy, but I have some good white cards I can play eventually, and 3 is an okay amount of land. It's like, not great, but I don't think it's worth mulliganing. Also, by the way, I can activate this guy's Adamant whenever I finally get my 4th land, whatever color it is. It's red! It's kind of useless at the moment. Well, it stops opponent from being allowed to attack with the 1/4, I guess, perhaps. What is this? Ah, yes. It's just like some slow ramp for green-blue. Okay. Well, let's just play this guy. And then we can get a flyer down, and we can Adamant the Silver Flame Ritual, I guess. Blue, green. No. Blue, blue. Another corridor monitor. Not that exciting. Oh, you get to tap this, untap this, and now you can... Okay. More ramp. Good heavens. Okay. Opponent really likes mana. And by the way, they can maybe like tap this guy to sleep if they're willing to sink 5 mana on it every turn, which I doubt they will be. So the number of creatures I control is currently 3, so I could remove this if I wanted. Yes, definitely pay only white mana for this. And this guy is vigilant, I guess, but attacking with him accomplishes very little. Like, nothing, probably? I guess I could bluff a combat trick. If they call my bluff... Well, actually, they kill this creature. That's not so great. They just block with both of these, and I trade like this, which is horrible for me. I guess I do have outflank. I could, like... trade these two instead. Oh, for some reason I thought one of these was righteousness, but it's not. Oh, so maybe I should have attacked with this guy and have outflank to like kill whatever if they block with this. That might have been a good idea. Yeah, I think I should have. I should have attacked with everything. I don't know. They could have blocked with both of these to kill this. That would have been a good trade for them now that I look at it. Red-blue. Oh no, that's rude. Ooh. I think I swing with everything here, and if they try to block and then Scalding Cauldron me... They can't Scalding Cauldron at the moment, actually, right? Don't have enough mana. They have 0 mana. Anyway, and I have outflanks available if they try to do any funny business. Do I want to keep this guy, or do I want to keep an outflank in my hand? I think I want to keep this guy, honestly. He's a pretty big dude. And it makes the other outflank better to still have more creatures on the board. If I can eventually get to 5 to dispose of this guy, I would be very happy. Oh no, what is this? Alright. This is a good draw. I like this a lot. What do I put it on? The flyer to get in more damage? I don't really need it. I can just do 4 damage several times. I can put it on the 5/8 and make it a 6/9? Is that better? Not really. Put it on the 5/3. It doesn't really need it though. I think the flyer, maybe? No. They already kind of wanted to disable my flyer. Let's give them another target that they're worried about more, so that it's hard for them to do both. No, I'll keep this. They would probably be happy to block. Well, no, they probably would not be happy to block anywhere. Yeah, we'll just go in for 1,000,000. I can outflank whatever they block with. Perhaps this guy. And then I don't have to worry about having my shit tapped. Okay, they're just going to trade 5/5 for my 5/3. I'm okay with that. Not that I have much of a choice. Oh, they're going to let me get in the damage. That's cool. You're going to have to cast an awful lot of blue spells on my turn, or else start paying 5 mana a turn to stop my flyer getting in. Oh no, my flyer! Well, that's too bad. Oh yeah, I guess this guy was sort of always in danger. Well, I see. That's maybe why they didn't make this trade. But he's still a 5/8. He's still, like, eating up a creature every turn. So let's put the other counter here. The problem is now outflank doesn't actually kill anything. I see. They could... I maybe should have put the counter elsewhere, because now they could block with, like, these two. Let's attack with just the knight. And if you block here, you lose the ability to tap me. And you lose the ability to double block killing this guy. Oh, I hate it. I wish I had another creature for my outflank. I could just wait. And then attack with this guy with Weapon Rack active. But they can still block with all three and kill this guy for just a single creature, right? Well, not if it were 6/9. I could kill both of these, but that's not exactly what I want. I mean, I need to be pushing here. And killing their 3/3 is a big accomplishment. And if I kill their 2/3 for free, that's also fine. Okay. Now if I make this guy a 6/9, they suddenly can't kill it immediately. But opponent has a lot of cards on me. Like, if I can't draw anything important, I will lose. What's on board is not enough to win. Oh no. All right, a fling. Oh, I was just thinking, what if I drew fling? That would do it, right? Okay, LOL, gotcha, buddy. There you go. We'll put the counter here. And we'll attack with it, just for fun. See how they block. All right, whatever. Why drag it out? Oh no, it's yeah, it's 6 damage. That's enough. I forgot about the food. I'm glad I still had lethal. Whew. I was like, I need to draw something important. I was trying to think what would be useful, and I was like, fling. Fling would be good. And I thought that the moment before, fling was drawn to my hand. So there you go. Positive thinking, right? I see 3 mana of different colors. I see a 2-drop. I see my insane 4-drop, which all I need is any land to play. I see a couple of, like, not great cards at the moment that might become great. Also, they combo well, so that's something. Right, I have, like, the deal a bunch of damage to their face combo. Sounds fun. Really? Oh, they're scrying before they play a land to decide what land they might want to play, I guess, in principle. Sure, that's probably better. They chose a black land. I don't know whether they had a choice or they just did it because they had to. Doesn't really matter. But we know we're playing blue-black. Mill? Or just, like, creatures in general. Ooh. Well, I was about to play my 3/2, but why don't I play a 3/3 that increases the size of the creature I already have? There you go, my red-white 7 dwarves deck. You better run, you better hide. 7 dwarves. The 2 dwarves are coming for you. Alright, would really, really appreciate... I don't know. Actually... Like, a land is good because I could play this, But I'm not dying to play this in a hurry. Opponent doesn't have anything that I would want to take captive just yet. So I'm okay just like getting in 6 more damage, actually. Okay, nothing I can do about this. I could fling it. Seems sort of bad. I'd rather save the fling for something more important, probably, right? Yeah. Still would really appreciate a land. Well, I don't know. I was just talking about how I might not or might not, but now it's like I want 2 lands. Oh my gosh. Opponent is really into drawing and control, huh? Really would like a land. But I mean, at the moment, things aren't going that badly. We got the opponent down to 10, right? Problem is they have food and they have a million cards. Okay. Don't like that. I would love for them to like tap themselves out and then... Ooh. And now I want to land. I want to take this more than I want the Cauldron. Actually, the Cauldron just kills the dragon? Yeah, so now is the perfect time to draw a land, play the dragon, take their Cauldron, and then kill this thing with it. Costs 3. They don't have 3 mana. I could take this, but then they just use the Cauldron to kill the dragon and get the knight back. So instead we do this. No counters, please. Surely not. No 2 mana creature counters. Okay, that was fun. Swing with everything. Oh. Yeah, that's a dragon, isn't it? Well, sure. Get in a little bit more damage. I maybe shouldn't have attacked because I can kill this with a Cauldron later, but this gets in damage. Damage is important. I can Cauldron the flyer and get in 4 more damage. And then fling? Yeah. If I draw a land, I have lethal on board, assuming opponent does nothing, which, you know, no guarantee. I also have the Righteousness Fling combo for my 2/2, if I need it. No guarantee opponent would let it work. That one! Not the dragon. Why? Oh, I can't activate this. It's just, I forgot. But if you'd returned the dragon, you would get the Cauldron. Oh, but then I would just dragon again, and okay. So, is there some way I have lethal here? I don't see it. The dwarves would let me prep lethal for later, maybe? No, it wouldn't. I think I just attack. Also, opponent has food. They can't sack it at the moment, though. Of course, you have to lose your 1/1. Not much I can... Ah! No, it's only target blocking creatures, right? Okay, now I believe... Wait a minute. The Fairy Godmother was lethal. I could have played the Fairy Godmother to make this bigger and then flung it at their face while they have no counters. Whoops. Well, let's just play a 2/5. Yeah, there's no way they had a 1-mana counterspell and they couldn't have played food. That would have been lethal. If I lose, that was the turn that I lost. Yeah, and now suddenly things are like not going great. Yeah, Whoops. Okay, I still have the same lethal, except they have food now. Ugh, I hate everything. This was face up in their hand for some reason. I don't know why I knew what card that was. What else did they play that would have shown me? Nothing, right? How did I know they had this? Am I crazy? I thought I knew that they had it. Go watch the footage, I guess. I'm not sure what happened there. I think we just play a flyer. Oh, I'm so mad I missed lethal there. I don't think I thought of... I don't know. It's a simple combination of 2 cards, but there were a lot of 2-card combinations to think about at the time. So I'm not too mad at myself for missing that one. I was looking at others. Okay. But opponent can't really afford to tap too much because they need their food. Okay, really don't care about this at all. Food costs 2, right? So they can still pay for both of their food if they need it. But I can get in a lot of damage with a Guide Mother here. Both flyers go in. That's 6. Oh, it's 7, in fact. And then 4 more is 11. They can still live if they sack all their food, so I should not be flinging necessarily at the moment. Counter me? Please don't. Okay. Oh, once they're all tapped out, I guess? Maybe they won't be able to counter? Yeah, damage. I think flinging for 4 is the best I'm going to get here. And they'll be at 1. Oh, hang on. This is also food. Okay. So let's fling, forcing them to sack this food, and then I'll remove this one without flank, so they don't have any more. I tapped wrong. I should have tapped 2 reds. Oh, interesting. They just countered it. All right. That's interesting. I wonder why, and also why they're saying oops. A 1/1 flyer is more important to me than a 2/2 non-flyer. Yeah, but so I tapped wrong. I didn't want the red, I wanted a white. Ooh, this is nice. And they just spent a counterspell, so hopefully this lands? I'll pay the adamant cost. I don't need my white right now. Oh, I should have played this guy first. I'm so dumb. I'm gonna play him anyway. I should have just killed him ages ago. What is this garbage? Okay, he's not going to deal combat damage to me anytime soon. It's just a 3/3 flyer that will like let the opponent not die for another turn. Oh, no, it won't even do that. Thank you, Fairy Guide Mother. This is like, both times I've won, Fairy Guide Mother has been super important. Wait, have I won 2 games? Was that my second or my third win, is what the question that I meant to ask. That was my third win. Okay. The game should have been much shorter. Okay, I have 3 mana of appropriate colors. I have no creatures at all. Sort of a problem. Well, let's try to draw some, I guess. My deck has plenty, hopefully. And let's ask, by the way, like, how good would that Knight Errant Ogre thing be in this deck? Like, I don't think it would have helped very much. Well, okay. No, it would have sucked. It's just horrible. It wouldn't have done anything. Making it attack to give another Knight Menace, like, almost never would have done anything in my games. Okay, a 4th land. Well, that's something. Yeah, this is the power of red-white aggro. You just play no creatures. Amazing. I could deal 0 damage to it. That would be exciting. I could try to get greedy and like try to play this with 3 white, but that's like, what that is really greedy, right? There's no way that's gonna happen. And just getting a 2/5 on the creature on the board so I can start weapon racking it is more important. Ah, if only True Love's Kiss could save me from this tower, huh? I did not keep that in the deck, so it will not be doing anything for me. Alright, I have nothing else to do. Let's just get this thing out of here. Actually, let's wait. Opponent might choose to play an instant, or play something on it. This is an instant, I'll play it later. Actually, I could maybe save this for a bigger, more important creature. If I just get 1 more creature, then Outflank will kill this. That seems greedy. Huh. Yeah, I feel like this creature, I don't know. I don't have any proactive plans. I need to do something so I don't die immediately. Three damage a turn would add up. Oh yeah, it's a flyer because you control this artifact, not me. Oh man, another Idyllic Grange. It's just rude. Alright, one more creature and I can outflank this Flutterfox. That's the plan. Oh, you have Drulod's Kiss. Oh, what is, it's mono white. We're actually playing mono white. How exciting. It's not really what I was looking for. This is just putting a single 1/1 counter. I'd rather wait until at least I have another creature or it's adamant, one of the two. Like, giving this a counter. Opponent, by the way, playing mono white seems likely to have like another removal to deal with this if I invest too heavily in it. I don't know, maybe I'm bad. Maybe I should be playing this and just like trying to kill him, but he has so many cards. He's like a 4/4 gonna kill him? No, I need something else. But I guess the point of an aggro deck is to like accumulate chip damage so that eventually you kill them, and the extra one might be enough, you know? Oh, okay. That's a human. I can take that. And then I'll control 4 creatures. This one can't attack, but I do control it. And so I could outflank it. Sadly, I would be giving it a counter. Okay, that was an insane draw, just like in case anybody missed that. Alright, they're not attacking anymore, which is a little interesting. I still can't adamant this, huh? But I think it's worth it to get some counters down. It's only on these two, right? Both of these can't attack. But a 4/4 is a lot better than a 3/3 right now, and a 5/4 is a lot better than a 4/3. And I still have outflank to kill whatever they try to block me with. We're just really committed to not losing this dragon. Opponent only has 1 mana, so they probably don't have anything too amazing to do to me, hopefully. Outflank would be like the end of my life. I guess, like, kill this one first, in case I end up not managing to do so with the outflank. Okay. So they got their insane 4/7 back. That's not great. I was kind of committed to that working. And I knew outflank was a possibility and it would be disastrous for me, but I think I was in very bad shape if I couldn't do something. So I think it was worth taking that gamble, even though it means that I lost when it didn't pay off. Like, I was going to lose anyway, right? I still think it was the right play. I don't think I was in like a commanding position just by owning that opportunistic dragon and taking away their creature. I needed to keep getting damage in. Disco stew, spelled wrong, huh? Maybe it's just a stew of various disco items. Alright, this is a good hand. 4 mana, a 2-drop, all of the colors I need, and in particular, the adamant colors for white to match my white adamant spell in hand. Would appreciate maybe some more creatures instead of more planes. Blue-white. Definitely looking for more creatures instead of more lands. Okay, this match seems familiar. This has happened before. We're obviously not playing this on 4 just to like put a single 1/1 counter on it. I'd rather get a weapon rack down. Is this like the Eldraine game board? Is that why we have like Pinocchio over here? Or some other marionette? So I have this outflank now. Okay. Well, having no other creatures, I better start getting some value out of this weapon rack. Interesting. They get their own weapon rack for 3 mana. That doesn't seem very nice. Just give me another creature so I can outflank this, please. No, how about more mountains? It's very exciting, I'm sure. Oh, outflank is not going to do anything right now. This is very sad. Yep. I guess I'm dead. Rip me. There goes that draft run. It was a promising hand, but I just drew like only lands. I don't know. There's still some hope. For example, Opportunistic Dragon to take over the Corridor Monitor would be pretty sick. It's an artifact. No, actually what I meant was I wanted more lands. This is definitely one thing that I feel like later games improved on, is that they don't... Your mana base is separate from your draws. So that you don't get this, like... Some games you draw too much land, some games you draw too little land and no creatures, or too many creatures, whatever. Okay. I got a creature down. Great. Oh my god. Oh, it doesn't die when it runs out of counters. I somehow missed that. No blocks. Excuse me, I do have righteousness. I could have blocked this thing. Are you an idiot? Doesn't matter, I'm dead anyway. Also, I could have used Weapon Rack to put counters on it at some point. Like, I'm really bad? Whatever, I quit. I might have actually had some hope there if I had... I didn't, though. I was just very dead. It was just a bad draw. I don't think I did anything wrong during the game. Well, okay, I did some things wrong, but it was after I already lost. You know, did I do things wrong in deck construction? Yeah, obviously. Were they what caused me to lose this game? I'm not so sure. Anyway, here we go. We got our prize. Amazing. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, it did that backwards. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.